Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Christina. Thank you guys for watching, sharing, and subscribing by no force or unnecessary force or coercion by me. Sharing good energy, only information, knowledge, and wisdom. So, what I want to continue on the soul retrieval. Okay, so what is soul retrieval? It is similar to shadow work. It is very similar to shadow work. So let's use your dad, our dad. I'll use myself because I'm not targeting anyone. I can handle my shadow work. I can handle my soul retrieval. So I will use my father, and I will talk about my biological father and my experience with him, and I'll show you, and I'll just give you an example of that. So I don't have a relationship with my biological father. So naturally that would mean that someone like me and prior to my awakening does not know what it is to receive love from my dad, or to even give him love as well. So that is my example of a man. He's absent. Okay, so that is how I would perceive all men. If I did not wake up, I would perceive all men through the lenses of the relationship that I had with him, being as he was absent. And there's negative, as humans, we have to put language to experience. So if I'm using the human language, I would say that the experience that I have had with my father is something that was negative. Okay, it was something that would be, deemed as something negative. Now, now that I know that that's what happened, I can deal with his shadow. I can deal with him. I can deal with that energy. I can deal with those timelines. I could deal with that part of me that experienced him not being there, and know that, that's not what a man is. That's not even that's not my relationship with men. It's not. And to go even further, okay, witness it maybe in your family, maybe witness it in maybe his family, maybe witness it as a generational pattern. Okay, witness it as a generational pattern. So what that means is, there's a very deep bloodline carving. There's like a soul carving. There's like a identity. There's an ancestral identity within my bloodline, within me, within my light body. There is a pattern where men have been absent as fathers. So now I have to reconnect with my divinity. Know that I am divine, okay? Know that I have godparents. Know that I have a eternal Godfather. Connect with his energy. Know that I am loved. Know that I was always loved at that age. Know that I had always had godparents, okay, who were watching over me. These mindsets, they changed everything. They change the future generations. They change your perspective, and they change timelines. They affect everything. And so when we understand, and when we clear and replace those, when we replace those patterns, okay, those are imprints. It's imprinted and stamped in your light body somewhere. We have a light body, and it has all types of codes, symbols, algorithms, formulas, bases. It has everything like that. So when we address the absent father paradigm, structure, imprints, formulas, algorithms, and know that that is not who I am, that is not who my bloodline is, that is not what it is, know that you always had a father. If you understand cosmo language, you always had a father there. So you're no longer wounded. That's no longer a wound. That's no longer a wound, because you're connected to your divine God. You're connected to your divine Father. You have already reclaimed your divinity, so you know that you have a divine family. You already know. If you know anything, okay, if you're on my channel, you know that this is a hologram, okay? This is a hologram. The absent father represented a holographic image, okay? He represented a part of the 3D paradigm, which is based on fear. It is based on lies. It is based on recycling, okay? What that absent father did is supposed to create a wound in you, okay? In me, I'm sorry, let me use me, because I'm not targeting you. That absent father was supposed to create a wound so deep in me that I could never ascend. that I could never find eternal happiness or know that I was loved as a child. It's supposed to capture. That is really the agenda. That is how you break the veils of illusion. That is why it is an illusion that you never had a father. No, that is a lie. That is a consciousness trap to keep you recycling on this same program, keep you coming back, keep you coming back, keep you reincarnating on these same programs. No. Okay? The agenda is to wound you. Okay, to wound you. Wound your light body, wound your DNA body, wound your gene body. This is the plan. These are the plots to wound you, to make you feel. No, this is what it is. This was and if you can believe that this was a divine orchestration, if you can really believe that this was a divine orchestration, you have been training. Okay, since birth. I have been dealing with dark forces since I was maybe 3 or 2 years old. I have been dealing with forces since I was born. So I already know that this is what I was meant to do. I already know that I know who I am. That lets me know what side of the field that I am, because I was attacked as a child. So that already let me know the type of energy that I am, the type of person that I am, the type of things that I'm to do, the type of being that I am. That just already let me know that. So the rulers of this world, the elites, the dark entities, the whole structure, the whole 3D holographic structure of falseness, would like you to believe that you never had a father, you never had love, he never loved. They would like you to believe that, so that's a wound in your soul. That's something that they could hook. That's something that they could pull. That's something that they could use. Your wounds are stuff that they could, use to capture your soul, your energies, your mind. The mind is what they want. They want you to think that. Remember, your soul is attached to your mind. Okay, whatever is in your mind is in your soul. So if part of your soul is believing that you never had a father, then a part of your soul has been captured by that entity that has designed that to make you think that. So now you do have to recapture that and claim that. You just have to recapture that mindset. You have to reprogram, recreate, get your soul. You have to know your soul truth. You have got to know that. You have got to break the veil of reality. No, you did have a father at 1. You had a father at birth. You had a father when your mother got pregnant. You've always had a dad. Okay, you have always had a dad. It doesn't even matter. It does not matter. You always had a dad. You could have not been here if you did not have a spiritual father. You have a cosmic father that definitely does watch over you. That definitely has always been there. You were with them before you were here. Okay, you have stepped down. You've always been a divine God child. And you're still a divine God child, even though we are humans, even though we're in this construct, we are still divine God children. So yes, they will want you to feel like you never had a father, because your father wasn't around, or whatever the situation have been set up. It was a setup. It was a design, to make you feel less than, to downplay your self-esteem, to downplay your power, take your power away from you. To take your power away from you. And then that goes back to them attacking the masculine, because that would be a wound for him too. That is also going to make him feel guilty. Though that is also going to capture him too. Okay, so this is about dividing and conquering us as a species. Okay, it's about these celestial forces. They want to destroy us as a species. So it's not just I don't have a dad. It's that a part of him is like, okay, I had a child and I never did that. So a part of that is going to be dark. It's going to be dark energy. It's going to be something that it's constantly having to deal with, something that they can use against him. Okay, should he decide to wake up, should he decide to change, should he decide he's not gonna have any clue how to deal with that, and he's not gonna realize, unless you really go down deep inside and understand that was just a plan. That was just a plan to keep us down, to keep our light body down. Because when you're wounded, when your soul is wounded, you can't really fly. A lot of us are galactic ancients. We have divinity. We have ability to transport consciousness. We have ability. We have mobility. Okay, but when we're boggled down by mental abuse, or perceived mental abuse, or perceived childhood abuse, or perceived abuse in any way, shape, or form, it's going to kind of stifle your divinity. So understanding that, no, you always had a dad. Okay, you always had a dad. Okay, you always had a dad, irrespective of your relationship to your actual physical father. Remember, that's just the 3D. That is just the 3D paradigm. Okay, you can't live on the 3D paradigm. You have to. That's a part of the soul retrieval. You have to kind of look beyond that and step outside of that. and try to decode that. You have to kind of decode that programming. So that's also how you try to, you get a part of your light body back, you get a part of your soul back, you get a part of your inner child back. You do all of these little things and you confront that lie, that lie that you did not have a dad. You did have a dad. Okay, you did have a dad. Your dad was just captured. Your dad was just a vessel. We're all triggers for one another. It depends on how you view. It just depends on your perspective of the situation. If you can honestly look at a situation, he could look at me and say, that was just a trigger, and look at me the correct way as a character in the ascension process. We're all characters in the ascension process. Some of us are activated. Some of us will trigger. It's going to trigger. It's going to activate. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. So, that is what we wanted to talk about. We want to get to the core of soul retrieval. What happens in the past? That means that you might not understand that it is okay to be vulnerable to your husband, or your husband might not understand, if he did not have his mother around, that it is okay to be vulnerable to your husband. This is also supposed to interfere with true human intimacy. All of these things were constructs to interfere with true human intimacy, true human sacredness. When they start to develop your brokenness at a child's age, they kind of want it to kind of manifest throughout your entire lifetime. But that is absolutely not true. You didn't have intimacy with your dad. You can absolutely have intimacy with your husband, because you absolutely can have intimacy with your own masculine. Okay, we are both masculine and we are both feminine. So you can absolutely have intimacy with your wife. You can absolutely have intimacy with your husband. You can absolutely trust. Okay, you can absolutely trust. You can absolutely communicate. You can absolutely be however you want to be. Okay, you can be however you want to be. You are not required to relive your past. You are not required, because that is also what they want to do, to keep that pain going and going and going and going. See, that's why I said, if you perceive your father to have not been there, even though your husband is there, you're going to perceive your husband to not be there. Okay, so you have to understand that. You have to kind of get off of that program and kind of heal that self, and let yourself know that's that shadow work. That is that shadow work, and that is that soul retrieval work. No, that is not true. My father, I always had a father, and no, I have a husband, and the husband is there. And it goes vice versa. Your husband or your wife, whatever. However, if you perceive your mother to have not been there, or if you had an absentee mom, you're probably going to view as amazing as your wife might be. You're going to view your wife through the lenses you have with your mother. Whatever has been imprinted in your soul that you have not, your soul, your psyche, your spirit, all of that is one. Okay, it's one. It has many layers. It is broken down into many compartments and layers. But if it's there, it's there. As small as it may be, it's there. So if you have this perspective that your mother was not there, or your mother was this, or your mother is that, it's going to affect your relationship with your with your wife. And so we have to get off of that needing thing, because see, all of this is to keep us in this needy paradigm where we need things from people. When we understand that we're God, we're divine, where we come from, where our divinity truly is, where we're really more than this flesh, and we stop living according to this vehicle, and we kind of ascend the vehicle. The vehicle has all kind of trigger points. It is built in with grid work. Your vehicle is a grid that you have to navigate. It holds pain, it holds trauma, it holds wounds, it holds stuff like that. So you do have to kind of get to the source of it. So like I said, if you believe that your mom was not there, then you're going to view your wife like that. So you have to understand that you have a godmother. You do have a godmother, and this is what they don't want us to know. We have a godmother and we have a godfather. We have cosmic godparents. We have both cosmic godparents. So we are fulfilled on every level. So there's no even need to seek fulfillment outside of self. There is no need to seek fulfillment outside of self. There's nothing outside of self. So when you understand that you have cosmic godparents, you are complete, you are whole, you are fulfilled, you are connected to source. You understand that you have a cosmic godmother and you have a cosmic godfather, and that is the source of your love. That is the source of your being. That is the source of your power. That is the source of you. You no longer hold your parents accountable. You no longer even care. Like that just doesn't even have any, it doesn't have any bearing on you. That is not a weight that you carry. That is not a soul fracturing. You now understand. So that part of you, I had a lot of issues with my mom. Okay, but now when you understand, I have a mom, I have a cosmic mother. That's who you're connected to. That's where you get your love from. That's where you get your synergy from. That is where you are now connected to. So that automatically kicks that off. So you're absolutely sovereign. Yeah, absolutely. That means you're no longer controlled by people. That is how you leave this. This is how you leave certain realms and certain dimensions, is when people can no longer control you. When you understand that you are connected to your true family in other realms that do love you, and you understand that you came from someplace. You actually came from someplace, and it's not from we're not monkeys, as they would like to have us think. No, we're not monkeys. Okay, we're not monkeys. Okay, we're crystalline beings. Okay, we are crystalline beings. Our skeleton. You would look at a bone and think that a bone is a bone. A bone. Our bones are not. Our bones are very precious. Okay, our bones are actually made from crystals. Okay, our bones are made from crystals. Why do you think that? You look at us. We have different types of aura. You look at us. Some of us look pink, green, yellow. We're glistening. Okay, we are glistening because we're made from crystals. Okay, we are made from crystals. Okay, we're made from all of the elements of earth. This is why we should also ground. You know, we have to get in touch back. We have to kind of simplify life and get back life to a simple way of being, which is what they want to disturb. They really want to keep us locked here. They want to really keep us locked here so that they continue to inject us and poison us, and don't know that there's natural healing modalities out there, that you do not have to go see a psychiatrist every day. You do not have to go see a psychiatrist because of your mother, and you do not have to go see a psychiatrist because of your father. You don't have to go see a psychiatrist because people have wounded you. No, these are things that they don't want. There's crystal healing, there's crystal water, there's so many different tools out here. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about. So retrieving your soul is replacing it with truth. Constantly, consistent truth. Consistent truth is definitely the key to retrieving your soul. Consistent truth, okay? Consistent truth. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.